to this very special moment because we are going to have a call with our ESA project astronaut Sławosz Uznański in the presence of Commissioner Andrius Kubilius and ESA Director General Josef Aschbacher. So thank you very much to be with us today. And we are going to establish the live link to Sławosz in a minute. I see him on the screen. Great. So good morning, Sławosz. It's very early morning for you. You are right now in quarantine in Florida, waiting for your mission, Ignis mission on Axiom 4 flight. Initially, we planned to do this call live towards the International Space Station. Operations kicked in. This is live that we have. Of course, we have to master it. We are managing it, and we are keen to see Sławosz lifting off towards space in a couple of days from now. So we call you now in Florida, where you are preparing for your mission. And how are you doing, Sławosz?
Hello, hi Daniel, hi Joseph, dear Commissioner. I am glad I can talk to you. And this is thanks to space technologies we can pass this signal. So this is an amazing moment. Everything is fine here in Florida. We are waiting for our launch. And as you know, space flight is difficult, but we can't wait for that moment to lift off from Florida and go to the ISS. Hopefully it will come in the next days. So keep your fingers crossed like we do here.
Excellent. And now I have the pleasure to hand over to ESA Director General Josef Aschbacher.
So hello, Sławosz. I hope you can hear us well here. Can you see the crowd here in Bourget? There's a lot of people watching you. You see how exciting it is to be an astronaut and be connected, of course, in front of my good friend and colleague, Commissioner Kubilius, with whom I'm here. So very briefly, Sławosz. You are going to space very soon on a mission called Ignis. Maybe you can explain in a few words what Ignis means and also what kind of experiments you're planning to conduct on the space station.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Joseph, for the question. Ignis in Latin means fire, energy, motivation. And this is, I think, what we all have a lot in Poland and in Europe. To build our future, our technology, to conduct experiments, and that's why we go to the International Space Station. So the Axiom 4 mission will execute over 60 different scientific experiments, mostly science, research, and technology demonstrators, obviously representing many countries, many European countries, but also the United States, India, Poland, Hungary, but also Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Nigeria, United Arab Emirates. So basically the scientific complement is very, very broad and representing a lot of different countries. On my side, obviously, I'm very much proud of 13 experiments that will be executed and are prepared from the Polish side. Polish institutes and Polish companies that are together built with ESA's support. All of them that kicked off 2 years ago, they now were manifested to the International Space Station. 100% of them are going to go up, and I'm extremely proud that actually this is happening. This research encompasses many different domains, from human research. We are going to study human physiology, psychology, the brain activity, but also a lot on the physical sciences. So biotechnology, let's say, on physical sciences as well. For example, we take one of the supercomputers that will test artificial intelligence algorithms on the ISS. But it's not only Polish experiments. Obviously, there are as well ESA experiments that are being executed on mostly medical side, so bone health and as well muscle stimulation in microgravity, so how to maintain the health of astronauts long term in space. And as well, thanks to ESA and different partners, there are really wide collaborations, like, for example, the collaboration with the Indian Space and Research Organizations, ISRO, that one of the experiments is going to study the cyanobacteria on ISS. So the bacteria that created our atmosphere, a big chunk of the oxygen on our atmosphere. And together, Poland and India are taking as well the algae that created the other side of big part of our atmosphere. So we will learn a lot about our history of our planet, but as well how to maintain life for the future for long-term missions, as well as potentially these technologies will serve us for the future here on Earth, for sustainable living conditions in very, very long future.
I know how excited you are, Sławosz. I can hear it in your excitement, how much you want to tell us, but let me really like to hand over to Andrius Kubilius, Commissioner for Defense and Space, and before he starts speaking, I really would like to take the occasion to thank you, Commissioner, for being with us today. It's a fantastic opportunity to see the air show, but also showing and demonstrating the very strong and excellent cooperation we have between the European Union, the European Commission, and the European Space Agency. Thank you, but over to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Joseph, and really I'm very happy, Sławosz, to congratulate you before your mission will start, but definitely, especially, being Lithuanian from your neighborhood, of Poland, I'm very happy, and I would like to congratulate you and to wish all the success. And definitely, we hope that your mission will be started before Polish presidency in the European Union will come to the end. So definitely that is a very good symbolic coincidence that you, as very, very brave Polish representative, astronaut of all the Europe, you are going into space during Polish presidency, which is doing a lot also for development of our space agenda. And definitely you are great success of all European space developments. And again, very symbolic that we are talking with you today when we are ready to celebrate 50 years anniversary of ESA. In my view, we can achieve a lot in space, and we're achieving a lot of space because we have very strong cooperation among all the European Union member states and, with the industries, with astronauts. So that is, again, for me, it would be very interesting to hear from you, your experience, how you see this European cooperation in your own, in your own development as astronaut.
Dear Commissioner, thank you for the question, and this is a very, very important question for me personally, and thank you for as well acknowledging Polish presidency, and this is definitely the Polish space sector within the past 2 years during that mission developed really tremendously, and is going strong into the future. As per your question, my personal and professional journey is really very European. I was born in Poland. I studied in Poland, in France. I finished my PhD and my master's degree and PhD in France. Then I worked for CERN, for the European Organization for Nuclear Research. That is also a massive collaboration in Europe. Before joining the European Space Agency, that symbolizes a similar cooperation. As well, like yourself and like Joseph, I worked at the European Commission evaluating space technologies of the future for Europe some time ago, before I joined ESA. So I really truly feel very European, and I think the cooperations are extremely important because all of us together, united, we can go much further than each of the countries alone. So I really truly believe this is an important aspect of Europe, ESA, but as well the space flight. And maybe to finish off on the question, I really truly feel that the space flight symbolizes this big cooperation. The International Space Station is this tremendous, amazing laboratory on orbit that we have, thanks to so many different partners. And us as astronauts, we are visible and executing experiments and doing work for thousands of scientists on Earth, and a lot of other people who contribute to the missions, people in operations, people in science who prepare scientific experiments, then engineers building these experiments together with big industries. So without the cooperation, we couldn't do what we do, and I'm very proud to represent Poland, Europe on the International Space Station during the Axiom 4 mission.
Oh, thank you, Sławosz. I really appreciate the international cooperation or the European cooperation you highlight. I also like your the logo on your T-shirt, beautiful, because ESA by definition combines 23 member states. But tell me a bit about the international cooperation. As you know, it's also a priority for Europe and also the European Space Agency to have and to work with international partners. You mentioned the experiments of India. But tell us a bit on how, from your perspective in Houston and then obviously up in space, how you see this international cooperation and what is your perspective on it?
So maybe starting a bit with Axiom 4 mission, when we met for the first time as a crew, people representing Shubhanshu Shukla representing India, myself and Tibor Kapoor representing Europe, and then Peggy Whitson representing the United States, we realized that together, all of us as Axiom 4 mission, we represent something around 25 to 30% of the global population. And that's what I feel human spaceflight, these endeavors are. We really represent us all as humanity. And our motto of the mission is space for everyone. And that's what we have chosen because we all believe in these cooperations and how it comes back to us. Our training took us around the world. We hosted the team in Europe, where I felt like a host at the EAC in Germany, in Cologne, at the European Astronaut Center. We went to JAXA, to Japan. We went as well to trained a lot in the United States in between SpaceX, NASA, and Axiom. So all this is realizing the whole mission thanks to this big cooperation with backgrounds of people from so many different nationalities and with different backgrounds, preparing science for us as well as executing the mission. So. Yes, I think without that, the whole mission would not have been possible. And I am hopeful, looking into the future, that we will not only support these cooperations, but grow. Like, for example, what we mentioned with ISRO, this cooperation on science and future of technologies is. There is a path of global cooperations to build new platforms into orbit, or maybe further on in human explorations towards Moon and Mars.
Thank you very much, Sławosz. Now we want to leave you to go back to work here from the Paris Air Show, but I think over the whole continent, we are excited to see you lifting off to space. And with that, go, Ignis, go, and thank you for your attendance.
Thank you all, and see you in space.